Well guys, welcome back to another video. It's a beautiful morning this morning. Left Vancouver, we did have rainfall. The closer I've got out here, the rain seems to have eased off. We've got a lot of this fog this morning and low-lying cloud. It's a beautiful location this morning. I'm down at Alouette Lake again. It's not raining today, so that's great. Last time, you've probably seen my last video, it was absolutely tipping it down most of the day, but we still came away with some images, so it's always good to be persistent. Keep coming back to areas you've frequented before and you'll come away with images. Now this morning I'm going to venture around Alouette Lake. I'm going to go into the forest. Now we are supposed to get some sunlight later on in the day, but I think it's going to be quite late in the day, so we'll just have to see. But maybe this fog and low cloud will stick around, give you some nice atmospheric conditions. After today's video, I am probably going to start looking at going to new locations. I've been here quite a lot recently. Just this specific area, Alouette Lake, I haven't really had a good look around, so we can do that today. Now, I did come out last week. It was actually my birthday. I didn't do a video. I just wanted to chill, but I did take my camera, obviously, and I took some photos. Now I went down to Pitt, Meadows, where I've took a couple of images before when we've had that fog and that bit of frost in the morning. And I went there last week and it was absolutely amazing. It was so thick with fog. I didn't think we were going to get any light because the fog was that thick. And then all of a sudden we had these pinks and magentas in the sky. Because we had all this colour in the sky, it actually lit the fog up behind the trees. It was beautiful. Now we've got lovely trees at the far side, so what I want to capture is the reflection of this low-lying cloud in the lake and on the trees beyond, just so you've got a nice strip, a nice gap in the middle, and we'll see how that works out. But great to be back out, and let's have a good day today. So I'm just on the shoreline here. It's beautiful this morning. Got a bit of wildlife on the lake here. We've got this thick low-lying cloud and it just drifts slowly along the lower part of the mountain there. Now you can make out the shoreline at the other side, but what's happening is, because the lake's so still, we're getting a reflection of the cloud in the lake, and it reveals the shoreline in the centre of the frame, and you've got the lovely textures of the trees just making the way through, and it makes for a nice painterly image. All I've got to do is wait for this formation of cloud to change, and it creates patterns, and grab an image. I'm just going to spend 10-15 minutes here, watch this cloud come in, see how it changes, and see what images I can get. So I'm continuing to scour that shoreline at the far side. We're continuing to get this lovely atmospheric low cloud at the opposite side, just drifting in and out of the trees. So I'm just looking for images to appear, and that's what you've got to do. You've just got to sit and wait, and then you'll just see these formations and I'm looking for trees with interest, nice groupings with that low-lying cloud. Got a couple of fishermen out behind us, enjoying the early morning, enjoying these conditions. The lake's flat calm, it really is beautiful. It's just hard to leave because this cloud formation's creating so many chances of getting some images. I'm going to sit it out a bit longer, but what a beautiful morning. Actually close to where I was previously, but I want to take advantage of this low-lying cloud because I want a nice blank canvas, so you've got lots of contrast with these rocks, and then you're going to have virtually nothing in the background. I love the way it leads out from left to right there. Now I've made sure that I've separated the rocks as much as I can. There is slight movement in the water there, so I want a quickish shutter speed because the water is moving. So I want to limit that as much as I can. And I'm actually going to expose to the right hand side. I have got the polarizer on, but I haven't overly used it because I don't really want to see much of under the water. I want it to be quite bright to make these rocks really stand out. Well, that's going to be it for the lake for now. It's been an absolute brilliant morning, really enjoyed it. I'm hopeful that we've got some images. We've still got abundance of this low cloud drifting over the forest in front of us there. The sunlight's just about to break over the top of the mountain behind us. I want to see how that light reacts with the landscape before I do leave, because I'm going to head onto some of the trails in the forest behind us and make my way up this shoreline, see what we can come across. Well guys, I best I'd welcome you back. It is a totally different day, as you can see, and we've got some lovely frost. We've got loads of fog and mist this morning. It's about -8. Now I'm actually down at Pitt Meadows this morning. You know, I've said in recent videos that I wanted to come here when we had some nice frost and some foggy conditions to see if I can find some images, and we've got that today. Now, the other day at the lake it was beautiful and I was pleased with the images I got, but the more I ventured into the forest I wasn't really coming across anything. The light was really poor, it just got super flat. I ventured up this part of the river looking for compositions, looking for shots, but it just wasn't working because of the light. Now I could have ended the video the other day. I was really happy with the images I managed to capture down by the lake, but I really am striving with my channel to bring you, the viewer, the best content possible. So that was the reasoning for trying to get out the next day, and it rained, and I thought, you know what, I knew the temperatures were going to dip. I didn't realise it was going to get as cold as it has, but it finally has, and the rain's finally cleared off. You know, we haven't got big oak trees, and we struggle in Canada for that. You know, we've got lots of the evergreen trees and stuff like that. We just haven't got those trees that have got a lot of character. So sometimes it can be a struggle. You know, you can't recreate conditions like this. I know some people do in Photoshop, but that's not what I'm about. It's not what my channel is about, and it's definitely not what my photography is about. If I haven't got the conditions, I prefer just to keep coming back. It's got to be real to me how I've seen it on the day. I can't add fog because it's not what I experience, and that's what photography for me is about. It's about looking back at your images and you can say what a day that was when I got that fog. You know, when you recreate it in Photoshop, you don't get the same feeling, and for me it's more real, and it's more real for you, the viewer, because you actually see us amongst the conditions. So let's see what we can get today. Excited for what images I can come up with in this area. Like I said, it is a struggle here because we don't have them big trees, big oak trees with lots of character, but we'll work with what we've got. Now for my first shot today, I can't really show you it now because this fog's got a lot thicker, but I'll try and talk you through my composition and try and grab some video once this fog clears a bit, and I'll take some images. Now I'm shooting at 100mm with 100 to 400 G Master, really enjoying that lens. That's a bit of an update for you. It's brilliant. I can literally jump out at locations like this and pick out subjects in the landscape amongst all this fog. It's absolutely brilliant. Now I'll be able to get a longer shutter speed. I think I'm at about 3 seconds at the moment because there's no breeze whatsoever. Everything's still. There's no movement whatsoever. It's going to be quite a simple shot. I'm just going to focus directly onto the tree once that fog's cleared a little bit more. But I think it'll make a really nice image. The fog's got a bit too thick again, but I've come in a bit close to that tree because I wanted to get a bit lower down so you can see more of these reeds in the foreground, because the reeds at the beginning of the shot aren't that interesting. But as you get over this bit of a ditch, because there is a ditch here that runs along the side of this bit of a clearing here. But after that, you've got these lovely reeds with the buds on the top, and I think it really stands out against this tree. But it really is beautiful. Just got to wait for some of this. You wish for fog and then you get too much. So I just need for some of it to clear so I can see a bit more of this tree and get a shot. As we get that sunlight coming up, it's going to look whiter, the scene's going to look whiter, so your white balance is going to change. Always be wary of your white balance. Now it doesn't matter a great deal because you can soon change it in post, but if you can do it while you're out in the field, it saves you another job and it gives you a truer image of what you've photographed. We've got sunlight on the mountains behind us. It's just going to be a little bit longer and we'll end up with the sunlight on this scene. Well guys, what can I say? It's absolutely beautiful. The light's finally made it over the mountain. Like I said before, because we've got that morning light hitting this hoarfrost, it's lovely and white on the trees, and it's contrasty against those dark barks of the trunks and the branches. It's beautiful. It's like a winter wonderland. You can see by my face I'm really over the moon with this morning. Beautiful. I haven't had time to talk you through a lot of the compositions. Hopefully the images are going to speak for themselves. I've just kept moving along with that longer focal length, picking out compositions, areas of interest, and hopeful that we've came away with some images. Now the fog did finally clear, it did finally lift, but we've still got just enough behind those trees. There are the mountains behind, but the way that the fog and the mist's coming in, it's just covering enough of those mountains to make these trees really stand out. Come across another composition, I really love it, and it's lovely and white, really contrasty. We can see some of that mountain from behind, but it's really nice because you get the white of the foreground, the white of the trees, and then you get the darkness of the mountain behind, and it makes that white really stand out. When I move the camera over to the right, it's this, I think it's like a fir tree in the centre, and then I've got another grouping of trees to the right of that, and I've made sure they're all separated. Now when you go in with the longer lens, pick out your composition, like I said, they all stand in a line, but because you've got this green tree in the centre, it really does make the image, oh, it's absolutely beautiful. F16, focusing on the tree, and ISO 100, and just grab that image. I'm grabbing as many images as I can. Look at that. Bang at it with the camera, trying to make as many images as I can while I've got conditions like this. You know, tomorrow it could all be gone. I've waited weeks for this. You know, I said in previous videos a long time ago that I wanted some hoarfrost in Pitt Meadows, some nice fog, some nice mist, and today we got it. Absolutely tremendous. You can't, I'm speechless. It's been that great. I'm going to continue travelling up this road, stop off, see if I can find some compositions. The sun is getting a little bright now, but even still, look at that, absolutely amazing. So I'm going to call it an end to the video. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been some time since my last one, but like I said earlier, it's about keep coming back. You know, if I don't get the conditions, I won't do a video. You know, I tend to end up with a lot of video that I'll never be able to use because I am that critical that I want to be able to bring you, the viewer, the best content possible. It's been absolutely brilliant to be able to bring you this video today. Also down at the lake, and previous images from when I was up further up the road at Pitt Meadows, and we've got that glorious sunrise behind that fog. But it has come to the end of the day. I'm going to continue taking images, I really am, while we've got these conditions, but we have got a lot of blue sky now. The sun's getting pretty high in the sky, so it's going to start burning that fog off and probably start burning some of this frost off. So if you've enjoyed the content of today's video as much as I have bringing it to you, hit that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. It helps my channel out a lot and it makes this all worthwhile. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more of this beautiful scenery in 2021, hit the subscribe button. From me and beautiful Pitt Meadows, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye bye.